What's up, guys? This is Jay from COI. So I wanted to talk about just a few short stories that I haven't gotten a chance to get to. Number one, Gone with the Wind being canceled, being pulled from HBO Max. The outrage. Oh my god, they took down this American classic movie. Did they, though? Come on. Gone with the Wind stinks. Gone with the Wind is a horrible, shitty movie. And I almost guarantee that everyone listening to this, if they've seen it, agrees that it sucks and it was a crappy chick flick. At best, it's a crappy chick flick. I, I get it. It's not for me, my generation, even people a little bit older than me. No, it's for the really old people because that brings them back to a time. Okay, fair enough, but let me also state this. If this was anything else but HBO Max, then okay, I would see why there would be an outrage. But me and about five other people are the only people who actually access HBO Max because it is fucking convoluted to get to. You have to watch it. I mean, it's not even available on most uh, common devices. You have to watch it on your PS4 or, be lucky enough to have one of the very few devices that actually has HBO Max. And by the way, not worth it. HBO Max is garbage. So you can't tell me this is about the old people. If anyone, or if anything, I should say, I have learned since the start of COVID is old people do not get technology. It is baffling how they do not understand it. So when you tell me that this has been pulled off an HBO app, that is, by the way, hard to find anyway, and the old people are freaking out, I call bullshit. I call bullshit because I don't think the old people have even looked at it. I think most old people don't even know how to get to Netflix. And I say that with a loving heart to the senior citizens in my community, but by God, if you are worth your salt, you have tried to help your grandparents figure out Grubhub or Uber Eats or just the Walmart pickup app in the last 3 months, and I guarantee you a conversation has went like this. Okay, Grandma, just click on the app. You just have to open up the app. Well, what are you talking about? What? How do I open it? I don't see anything. Well, there's some holes on the side. Am I supposed to open that? No, not the phone. Don't open the phone. No, Grandma, open the app. Well, how do I? What number do I dial to open the app? Oh, Jesus Christ, Grandma. No, the thing that says Walmart, that little thing. Well, I don't see anything that says Walmart. There's the Walmart symbol. Yeah, click on that. I swear to God, that's how most of us have had to teach our elderly people in our life how to use the Walmart pickup app. So you're going to tell me that they somehow miraculously got the ability to discover HBO Max and then get offended that that Gone with the Wind was taken from HBO Max? Come on, it's bullshit. And also, look, if the liberals or HBO decide to go fuck with like Blazing Saddles or Tropic Thunder, I would get it. I would definitely understand an outrage because those are funny fucking movies. They're good movies. They shouldn't be fucked with. They are what they are. The outrageousness of them is what makes them great. But that's not what's happening. This is an old fucking movie that sucks and is being, by the way, not canceled, not pulled. This isn't, oh, it's going to be erased from history. No, they're going to re-release it with context. That's it. Think of that fucking link. It basically says, like, hey, this isn't historically accurate. That's it. It's fucking ridiculous. But while we're on the flag and things being canceled and banned, I had a person ask me, um, what's my stance on the whole NASCAR thing? Because I didn't really say if I agreed with it or not. And I told them this, like, no matter what it is, when it comes to the freedom of speech and when it has to do with corporations, I always side with the employees first. That's my pecking order. The employees first, and then the consumers, than the corporation. That's kind of my the way that I go about things. And it's led me to not be as big of a hypocrite as most people on this topic. And I know you're probably thinking, well, I'm not a hypocrite. Well, you are if you're on the left or the right. You are. I'm sorry. Because if you're on the right, you were against Colin Kaepernick kneeling. But you're for NASCAR um, not banning a protest. So you want the NFL to ban a protest, but not NASCAR. You want people like Twitter, or I shouldn't say people like Donald Trump to not be to be able to use freedom of speech. But you don't want Colin Kaepernick to be able to use freedom of speech. If you're on the left, it's the same issue. You were all for Colin Kaepernick. He should be able to speak his voice, and his thoughts should be his own, and blah blah blah. But when it came to Donald Trump, well, no, it's hate speech, and he shouldn't be able to say it. Not for one thinking, you know what, maybe Colin Kaepernick, his words to certain people come off as hate speech. No. And again, I wouldn't have agreed with that either. I'm on the side of Colin Kaepernick and Donald Trump, which is a really weird place to be, by the way. And when it comes to the Confederate flag and NASCAR, the reason why I think it's wrong and it's racist is because it is. The thing that you consider the Confederate flag is not the Confederate flag. It is the West Virginia battle flag. And that flag only really got popular or notable in the 1960s during Jim Crow. It was a loud dog whistle to say, we don't like your kind around here, boy. That's really what it is. Um, and also, think about this when we talk about heritage. Heritage, not hate. Okay, if I said to you, so the entire heritage of the South can be wrapped up in 5 years, is that a fair statement? You'd say, well, no. I'd say, but that's what you're doing. Because when you say the Confederate flag, which, by the way, all using the wrong goddamn Confederate flag, but let's say, for sake of argument, you're using the right Confederate flag. The Confederacy was only active for 5 years. 5 years out of hundreds of years. 5 years. And that's what you grab from it. And you say, that's my heritage. Really? I mean, let's, skip over the fact that I've had a hemorrhoid longer than 5 years. Antifa has been a thing longer than 5 years. Can you imagine if people proudly swung Antifa flags? We had statues going up of Antifa members, and they said, that's heritage. You'd say, what the fuck? They've been here 2 weeks. That's as long as the Confederacy has been active and was active. So no, it has nothing. You can't convince me that it has anything to do with heritage or culture. It just doesn't. All right, and it's all marred in the fact that you're using the wrong flag. Now look, if you want to wave the West Virginia battle flag and proudly proclaim, no, I just don't like black people. Fine, honestly, I have more respect for you. I may not agree with you, but I at least have respect for the fact that you're not trying to be weaselly about it. You're just being honest. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, this is who I am. If you don't like it, don't hire me. Don't buy from me. Don't be my friend. But that's who I am. Fair enough. I really, really don't mind that. I think more people should be like that. It would be much, much easier to know where you stand with the person and how that person stands with you. And finally, there was a 75-year-old man who was pushed by the Buffalo police last weekend. And if you watch the video, and I'm sure anyone who's in the know has seen the video, when the old man hits, you hear people reacting as if they saw like a big hit in football. That, oh, you hear that. Because you also hear his head hit the giant thud against the concrete, and immediately you saw blood pouring out of his ears. Um, and this was, and yes, he was white, by the way. Um, this is really when I have to start turning and calling Donald Trump horrible names because Donald Trump decided to turn this into a political thing. And he said, well, he was a provocateur. He was provoking. Sorry, it's a Jimmy Dore joke. He was provoking. He was for Antifa, and what he was trying to do was actually block out or black out police communication. He had a device that he was going to use that would black. Again, can we go back to the fact that old people don't understand technology? Like that's not a fucking like. That's not a minority thought in this. I think everybody with half a brain knows if you're over 60, you probably suck at technology. I'm not saying it like that's a good thing or a bad. It's just what it is. Hell, I'm 35, and there are a lot of things I should know how to do. I should know how to do video editing for one. I digress. A 75-year-old man holding, by the way, a SWAT team helmet did not. It looked like he was trying to return it to them. By the way, um, he didn't work for Antifa. He wasn't part of Antifa. He didn't have a device. You would know because the EMTs would have reported that he had a device. The police officers who were there would have reported he had a device. But no, OAN said that they had some loose belief that he was working for Antifa and he was a provocateur. He was trying to black out the police communication. And that's it. That's all they went with. By the way, you report fake news like that, which is the type Donald Trump likes. He loves calling bullshit fake news, and I agree with him on 90% of it. But when you also promote that kind of fake news, you are a hypocrite douchebag. I'm sorry. But you're even worse when you are doing that while you are hiding in your bunker when you should be running this goddamn country. What happened to that big dick Trump energy when he's actually faced with opposition? When he's actually supposed to do his goddamn job? Where is it? Where's the leadership? I haven't even really heard him speak on anything that wasn't talking points, that wasn't bullshit, that he specifically knows he's race baiting on. Where's the reforms? Where's his ideas? Where is the president that he's supposed to be? Yes, we get it. He is the ultimate fucking troll. But we need a fucking leader. And by the way, this isn't just me bashing on him. This is a football coach kind of speech to him. Because I don't want Joe Biden to fucking win. But you keep pulling this stupid shit, Joe Biden is going to win, you goddamn moron. Get out of the bunker. Stop lying. I was inspecting the bunker. Oh, yeah, I know. All presidents, they have the license to inspect bunkers. Because that's what we do. We have our presidents do. I hear he's going to be down at the Fifth Street Bridge later on this year inspecting the fucking... Come on. Stop. You lying sack of shit. You're spreading fake news. That is completely disgusting, by the way, as somebody 2 years younger than you just got his ass brutalized by the police, and you're supporting it while you're hiding in a bunker. While your own country goes to shit. You're supposed to be leading it. Anyway, the police officers who did that, who brutalized that old man, were released on a huge fine and a huge bail of $0, and they were applauded by other police officers as they left the courthouse. So when people tell me there's good cops, where? Where? Come on. I'm sorry. When we see shit, look, you want to argue that the case with Rashard Brooks, well, there was the taser. He kind of shot the. Okay, look, I don't feel like there's an argument there. I really don't. And I don't think it's fair to say that a taser is lethal force. But fine, if you want to say it was a gut reaction, the cop really probably didn't mean it, and at the end of the day, I guarantee you that cop regrets it and is really sorry, I would probably agree with you. And I would say, yeah, I think that's true. I think he made an honest mistake and he freaked out. But when you see a line of pigs brutalize a 75-year-old man, and then you see a bunch of other fucking pigs clapping for them, and you want to tell me there's good cops? Where? Where? Because I can't think. I mean, this is when we talk about People like the Hells Angels, the Crips, the Bloods. We talk about some of the MS-13, the most fucked up groups. They don't do this shit in broad daylight. They don't brutalize senior citizens in broad fucking daylight. But look, it's the authoritarian I guess a lot of this country loves. It's the bootlickers who allowed this to happen. The people who don't just stand on their own principles. People who want federalism to be an issue. Hell, look, defunding the police. Look how many people are now federalists. All in on the federal government deciding what states do with their money. I've not seen this kind of. I mean, Rand Paul, the libertarian himself. Well, yeah, I mean, I don't think we should defund the police, and we should make it so they can't defund the police. Really? You want the federal government to have that much fucking power over the state? Be principled, I guess. Ultimately, that's what this whole entire episode is about. Stick to how you feel on something, and when a new topic comes up, before making your opinion known, think about it. Don't listen to Sean Hannity or Don Lemon or whoever the fuck you listen to. Think about how you feel about it yourself. Isn't all these things? Every one of these stories, the common denominator is being principled. Anyway, that's just my thoughts on the whole thing. I'm curious how you guys feel. Number one, if you guys have seen Gone with the Wind, please just like put a Y, and if you haven't, an N. That's all. You don't have to go any further. If you loved Gone with the Wind, though, tell me why. Like I want you to be legit and be like, no, this movie is great because the guy fucks the young girl and I like jacking off to it. I don't know, whatever I don't really know. It sucked, honestly. I don't care, honestly, by the way, that an African American won the first Emmy or whatever. A golden, I don't know what the hell. I don't watch a shit. Um, it was a shitty movie. I'm sorry. But yeah, if there are young people who really are into this, and when I say young, I mean like 55 or younger, who are really into Gone with the Wind, I would love to know about it. If you are a person who supports the fucking, battle flag of West Virginia, and you just don't like brown people, and I want to know that too, honestly. Like, am I right or wrong in the way that I call people out like that? Should I be nicer and say, look, you should actually know what the Confederate flag is and what it isn't before you stake your entire honestly, your entire culture on it, your entire heritage on the wrong flag. Am I wrong in doing that? Am I wrong in saying, I don't know, 5 years wraps up your entire Southern culture? 5 years, that's it? The rest of it doesn't mean shit? The fact that, by the way, the Confederacy was an enemy to America. I mean, I don't know, all those things. Like, am I wrong in the way I feel about it? And I'm not even going to give anyone the opinion. If you fucking hate what the cops did, then I would love to hear from you. If you didn't, I don't care. Honestly, if you think they're justified, I don't want to hear from you. I really don't care. You're wrong. Is that there's no way to there's no justification that you could have for a line of fucking steroided out pigs brutalizing a senior citizen. Anyway, you guys have a good evening. Take care.